Okay. Atomic seasons ago. Just gonna get some gaming going. And hope I get some guys visit and converse in the next couple hours, but we'll see. All that Trump business has me feeling like I want to do some sniping in the game world. Yeah, it's the moon day evening. I just got done having a big bull snake that I went after. I'll have film of that going up eventually. Last couple of days I've had 2 or 3 calls, so I've got film of it. Eventually it'll turn into something. Survive seconds at Mount Olympus or the underworld. Eliminate opponents with the hammer pump shotgun and collect consumables. Alright, so let's just go check out Mount Olympus, I think. Find a hammer pump shotgun and some consumables. Easy enough. Get our 3 quests of the day knocked out pretty quick, I think. Definitely starting to get addicted to this game because I don't like to go a whole day without playing it. I'm looking forward to tonight's session. But I messed up. That's why the title of this video is something about I knew I was forgetting something. Because I had scheduled, during one of these live feeds, I had scheduled an appointment with someone to go to the north side of town and spar with sticks. And today I was even telling one of my friends, it's like, I know I'm forgetting something, you know? I feel like I'm forgetting something. And that's what I was forgetting. So, kind of hoping they forgot too, or just didn't have to go sit out in the hot sun waiting for me. But maybe I'll find out this evening. Alright, 1 quest complete. Survive seconds at Mount Olympus. I need that hammer pump shotgun is what I need. And some consumables. Gatekeeper shotgun. May work it out of it. It's not the quest for the day, you know. Yeah, I had 2 snake calls today. One of them was really cute, because it was these kids, and it was in a place where, I think just yesterday I picked up a rattlesnake, and so the neighborhood's kind of on, oh, there's the shotgun that I need. Nice. Alright, let's go use this and finish another quest. Yeah, I picked up a rattlesnake right in that neighborhood the day before, yesterday or whatever, and so the neighborhood's kind of on high alert, and so this little group of 4 kids were out, you know, on their bikes and stuff, and they were sure that they heard 4 rattlesnakes in the tall grass, beside one of the paths that's kind of like a loops around a green strip in the neighborhood. They were sure there were 4 rattlesnakes in there, and so I went to check it out, and it was insects, you know, crickets. But they're making a little sound, you know, that the kids were like, I'm pretty sure that's a rattlesnake. Yeah, they were pretty cute. That was fun. And then the other call was a big bull snake that was in somebody's wood pile, and I identified it as a bull snake. It was way back in the wood pile, but I could see it, you know, I could see its pattern. I'm like, oh, that's a bull snake. It can't hurt you. And I was like, do you want to just leave it here? And the guy was like, well, what do you think I should do? And I was like, I don't know, I'm just here for there. Shotgun's wrong for this. I wanted to use my shotgun, but it's all wrong. Yeah, so he was like, what do you think I should do? I was like, I don't know. You know, it's up to you. And he's like, well, I got kids and a dog here. It's like, oh, they won't hurt them. And it's like, well, I'd still feel better if you took him. I was like, oh yeah, I'll take him. So I dug him out of the wood pile. It was like a 6-foot snake. It's hard to get it into my bucket because it pulls itself right back out, you know, it's so large. Come out. Yes, shielding. There was kind of a little intense gun battle there. Alright. We're all shielded up. Where was that car? There it is. I'm gonna go back and grab that car. Again. And then start worrying about the storm. as just a warm-up. Stole my awesome car. Man, I had a lot of fun yesterday. I did 2 different walk and talks in the coulee, 2 different nature walks. My regular one in the morning with Carol, and then I went and did a second one with the comedians at Lethbridge. Well, not all of the comedians, but a sizable group of comedians, and we had a lot of fun. I put up a video of it yesterday. But there was a lot of content I cut out of there. Search chests or containers at classy courts. Eliminate opponents with the hammer pump shotgun. Yeah. Like consumables. Alright, got a lot more consumables. Look at search chests or containers at classic courts. Do I remember where classic courts is? Not exactly, but let's jump out here and see if we can. Kind of feel like it might be this place in the mountains. Maybe tonight I'll reach level 100. I'm getting close, I think. Eesh, that's kind of a drop. Drop. Fuck. Alright. Maybe I can break through. If I was a good builder, I could probably build my way down. That works just as well. Yeah, there's definitely not classic courts. This big old table saw in here and stuff. Whatever kind of. It's kind of cool. Here we go. What kind of shotgun is that? Combat shotgun. That's not the one I need. I need the hand pump shotgun. I will take that. Assault rifle. Yes. Still haven't really learned how to build worth a ding. But I don't feel too bad about that because she didn't know how to build worth anything either, even though she's played Fortnite a gazillion times. Alright, let's get in this car. Oh, there's my fucking way out. Done a lot more driving, but I'm still no good at it. I want some of that stuff over here. Hold on. What do we got? Oh shit, I'm gonna lose my car, but I want this. What else we got? I don't really need the fishing rods. I want this. What else we got? Submachine gun. Those. Gatekeeper shotgun. And I got my car back. That's alright. Uh-oh, the storm is coming. Storm circle, but I do hear a gunfight going on. Keep rolling. Hoping my microphone sounds a little better today. I'm not like having it too close to my mouth. I reviewed one of my videos from the past couple of weeks and realized, oh shit, like I don't need to be talking that close to my microphone. It sounds like crap. But nobody ever told me. This place. Any chance this is classic ones? Oh no, this is restored reels. This is the amphitheater. Let's go check it out though. Rounder shotgun. It's kind of better than what I'm carrying, but it's not the hand pump shotgun that I need to get the quest of the day completed. Tactical assault rifle. Swap that out. Nice. Yes, hope There's a soul rifle, it's not a bad idea. In here. Hammer pump shotgun. Oh, I wonder if that counts. I bet that counts. Kill somebody with this shotgun, I think that counts for one of the daily quests. Gun for this car and some other tools. Nice. Oh, damn it. Alright, fuck girl, hit him with this gun. Where are you? Okay, Audrey. Hope all's well. Oops, what just happened? I know, I was stuck. That's why the title of this is I knew I was forgetting something, because I was even talking to my friend about that we were going to get together and do that with the 3 sectional staff and my Joe, what have you, and I was talking to my friend about it yesterday, and then today I was like, I was telling my other friend, I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I got done working this afternoon and doing stuff, and then I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I don't know what it is. I ended up taking a nap, and then when I woke up, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I knew I was supposed to do something tonight. So, sorry that I totally blanked out on you. But that is what happened. Hope you at least got practice. I looked for my gear. I don't have any of my stuff. You know, I don't got any, like I had helmets and everything with the mesh guard in front of them and all of that. I had all kinds of, arm shields and forearm shields and stuff. I got Jack. But I do want to get together, but I'm kind of not in the frame for today, and I've been sipping on the beers. I totally just blanked out on it, man. I'm sorry. We'll have to reschedule. Oh, this is for Audrey, just the Just Wave. I didn't couldn't understand what you were saying, that you can't hear me and stuff. What we got here? Very dead opponent. It's pretty, just no shade, hey? Maybe we should choose a different place. So what do you guys think about the craziness in the United States? Being a natural-born American, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, I can't help it, but, like, yesterday, I'm kind of glued to the news and stuff about that. The other players, and how many is there? Well, there's 9 of us left. Doing alright. Oh, there's one of them. I've seen a Jeep go flying down. And somebody got out of that Jeep. Oh, they guys got back in. Oh, hey, from Washington. I'm going to be giving a lecture for Washington State University, I believe, tomorrow and Thursday. It's a two-parter. But I'm going to be doing it virtually. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm part of a little, like, lecture series that their native studies there does. They've hired me a couple of times now to be part of this series when they put it on. So it should be fun. killed here. There's that. Still from there. Yeah. And I'm dead. Dang. Not too good that time. Well, not too bad. Placed 7th. Take a few seconds of break. I should just get it rolling again. Yeah, to me it seems pretty fishy that like, I don't know if Secret Service is being run by Disney Corporation or what. Like Candace Owens, I seen her harping about how, you know, why are there all these women in that like when Donald Trump is being like taken away and stuff. There's at least 3 Secret Service women in that group, in that close-in group. Got a lot of Native history. Puyallup is a... Yeah. Yeah. I did some West Coast work for... in Oregon with the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde, which is pretty much like a big chunk of the tribes of Western Oregon. It's like 24 different tribes, but a lot of like Kalapuya and this. So I've got a little bit of, definitely a bit of, and that's where I grew up, was in Western Oregon. So I got a little bit of understanding of West Coast stuff. Search Chester contains a classic chords, eliminate opponents with the hammer pumps. Yeah, okay. Same stuff. Alright, where's the classic chords? I can't remember. Definitely not this place. And this is not it either. This is that Restored Reels. But I guess that's where I'm landed. I might have to refer to my map. Yeah, Oregon's where I grew up. Right in the middle of the Valley Willamette. Yeah, Oregon's a cool place, gotta say. And I did a little work for the Hoopa tribe in Northern California too, kind of in the Redwoods. Hey, sup? I'm just hanging out for a couple hours. Figured I'd broadcast a little bit. Glad to see everybody. Yeah, Voodoo Donuts. I have one of their t-shirts. When I was a kid, of course, there was no Voodoo Donuts. It's kind of a recent thing. But when I'm in Portland, I definitely go there now. Ah! Just got wasted. With the hammer pump shotgun, what I needed. Damn it. Alright, well, while I'm waiting, I'm going to figure out where that Classy Courts is. I have a Fortnite map on my tablet for just such needs. we had a blast, me and the comedians. Yeah, that was hilarious. I think I'm for sure gonna do some more walks with them. um, yeah, we had a good time. All right, Classic Courts is in that edge of the mountains. Yeah, we had a fucking hilarious time, and there was a lot of stuff that I couldn't put on the video because they were a little worried about their exposing themselves just having fun, you know. Yeah, we had a blast. I'll for sure hang out with them again. But that's the group that I hang out with every Wednesday night. I go to the comedy club every Wednesday night and almost never miss, you know. And that's probably about a third of the group that, you know, is always at the comedy club, like the regular comedians and stuff. And one of these nights I'll probably go up there and try some stand up myself, but I just never put anything together. But I have a lot of fun with those guys, you know. Yeah, Audrina, she's great. I told her she was so much fun. Now I kind of got a little crush on her, which is true. But but I told her, you know, don't worry. I'll have a crush on Brooklyn or something next week. You know, it's another girl from the comedy club. But yeah, Audrina was fucking awesome. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I think this week is gonna be fun too. Yeah, well, you know, I think most of the comedians are different than they are on stage. Like, they can have fun with you privately if they're really comfortable. But I don't know. I think yeah, just like you say, you never know how much of introverted or other like things going on with comedians. Like, you know, a lot of comedians are like gotten through psychological problems and stuff, you know. Or are going through, you know. Look, there's a gun. There we go. Yeah, Robin Williams is a great example for sure, eh? Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of comedians are kind of like, you know, kind of depressed and stuff like that too, you know. Yeah. I mean, you know, like myself, the more I've kind of become depressed and stuff too, the more I really need that comedy club every week, you know. I have to go there. I have to have that kind of like laugh and stuff with those guys. Might even try it myself at some point, and you know. But but I'm sure it's a way of dealing with the depression, you know. But but we still had a freaking blast the other day. So if you haven't watched that video, go watch that, because that was fun. I'll for sure go on another trip with them. They were asking me to take them to a cultural site, show them something like this, eh? So we might do that. Yeah, my weekend was really, really good. I had a good few days here. I had, Thursday night I had a friend come over and visit and stick around for more than 24 hours, and that was cool. I had a fun time. You know, Friday and such, visiting and everything, and then Saturday I had to go do some work because I had things booked for Friday, but I just kind of had to blow them off and do my thing, and then get back to them Saturday, and so Saturday I went out and did some work and stuff, but I was just like buzzing off of having, you know, enjoyed my visit and stuff. And so I had a good time, you know, working on Saturday. And then Sunday I had the 2 walk and talks, my regular one in the morning and then the comedian one, which was is so hilarious and fun. That had me buzzing all yesterday. So today I got out and tried to get a little bit of work done, but I only had a little bit of work to do. Unfortunately, I don't got a lot of work going on, so I did, like, this afternoon I started having a little bit of anxiety attack kind of feeling it again, you know, but I've had a few 3-4 days of feeling good and enjoying myself and being around people and stuff like that, so it's been nice. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was a good reprieve from feeling shitty for so many, you know, so long in a row. It would be nice to, like, if I felt normal for a couple of days, like normal, which was cool, which I haven't felt for a while. Where'd she go? Oh, got me. Completed 2 daily quests. Alright, cool. shit, eh? Is there a connection between these types of violent video games and violence in real life? Any peer-reviewed data on it? I hear that topic brought up a lot. I don't know if there is actual, like, what peer-reviewed data that there is, but I have heard that brought up a lot too. I've known a mass killer, hey, and I've known another kid that killed himself and his whole family. Yeah, like in kids. Yeah, I knew a kid that actually like went on a shooting rampage. You know, a suicidal shooting rampage. And I know a kid that decided to off his whole family and himself. You know, and I mean, in both cases they were gamers. And they were young men. But I think also in both cases they were kind of like outcast kind of characters, you know? Like, I know for sure the kid who went shooting went specifically looking for some girls who had teased him after he like tried to ask one of them out. He was specifically looking for those girls, but he went and shot up, you know, a bunch of people, and then got killed himself. But so I think they had, psychological problems, but they definitely did game. They were gamer types. I think the Columbine kids were like that, and I think that's when I first started hearing about, you know, there might be some connection between violent video games and what's going on there. But I really kind of don't think so. I think it's a American suicide pattern. It's very like cultural, you know, and those games are worldwide, you know, like, but you don't have that kind of pattern of suicide going on really much worldwide, hey? It's a very American thing. Yeah, they're bullied a lot, hey? Those kids that I'm talking about, they were kind of, you know, geeky nerd kids, and they weren't getting laid, I'm sure, you know. There's definitely something to that. Healthy man psychology. At least in my experience. Yeah, no, I think they're psychologically, they got issues, eh? The video games maybe give them a sense that, like of empowerment or something when you're able to, like, you know, be good at shooting people in video games and stuff. I'm not suggesting that there is no connection, but I think it's something that happens in the young male white American psyche in particular, you know? Although the one kid that I'm talking about that went on the shooting spree was Mexican, so I guess that doesn't hold. He was the brother of my daughter's good friend. He used to drive those girls around and stuff. Ended up going on a shooting spree. It was wild. But they've had those, like, when I grew up, even when I was in grade school, one of my teachers, a librarian, I think her name was Koenig, Mrs. Koenig. Her son was at a tavern in Salem, Oregon, and there was a freaking shooter there, and he killed him. Killed a bunch of people. And that was when I was in, like, that's gotta be like maybe 1980 or something, dude. That's how long that's been going on in the States. It's a very, like, cultural pattern, in my opinion. It is a suicide thing. That's what they're doing. And that's just a particularly American suicide pattern, especially used by young white males. But it can be other people. But that's just, like, what it's usually, And it's kids that are, they would have probably suicided. If they were up here, they'd have hung themselves. Those are the kids that would have hung themselves. But down there, instead of hanging themselves, whoops, they'll go and shoot everybody. Which I gotta say, the revenge suicide thing, like, to me, it kind of does make sense, Like, if you're gonna kill yourself, why not try to take some of your enemies out with you? But these guys, they don't always go for enemies, hey? They just, sometimes they, like, just go for they're gonna make people pay by hurting them as bad as they can, and they'll, like, go after kids and stuff, But usually it's their enemies, right? They're going to school with their guns. They're like the kid that I knew, he went after his family, and the other kid went after the girls that had, broken his ego, And, like, I bet I could ask majority of Canadians, and they haven't known any mass shooters or had any connection with a mass shooting in their lifetime. But I've had there's like 3 of those cases that were close enough to home that I know people who got killed, or I know the shooter himself, like, that's America. It's pretty fucked up. And I can't believe the Secret Service let people onto that rooftop. Like, it's like it ain't even the Secret Service anymore or something. That was ridiculous, what just happened in the States. And it's sad they have to do that. They have to even worry about that kind of thing. You know, when I went to one time to do some training on climate change with Al Gore and David Suzuki, and there's a bunch of kind of climate scientists, but Al Gore was running the thing, hey, and had hosted, like, his organization paid me to go there. Me and my friend and colleague Narcissus, which is a funny story in itself. But anyway, Al Gore, because of having been vice president, had Secret Service with him, and everywhere he went, he was protected. He was like we would come into the room 5 minutes before him and have to be seated and everything, and then the Secret Service would bring him into our training room. When we break for lunch, Secret Service would take him out, 5 minutes before we left, and then we'd all go to lunch. And big name Canadian people like David Suzuki was there, and he didn't need no security. He hung out in the hotel, foyer with us, and did lunch and visited and stuff. It's kind of weird the way that it's almost like the psychology of America is set up to expect, violence, and violence happens, but I wonder if you kind of if you build it, they will come kind of thing. If you kind of put the security in place, does it compel people to, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it was a joke of protection. It was ridiculous. I can't even believe that was the Secret Service, That was ridiculous. Let's see if we can kill who. Oh, gotcha, guy. Yeah, no, it's really hard to understand how that could even happen, because of course you don't let anybody on the rooftops. In fact, they should have had Secret Service themselves should have been on that rooftop. There's only a couple of rooftops right there, and they were on the one right behind the stage, but it makes no sense to me that they weren't occupying that other rooftop too. And if not occupying it, seriously glassing it the whole time. Oh, I bet Clinton's well protected, yeah. Yeah, Clintons are like the gangsters of U.S. presidency. Check this place. don't like the Sean Strickland David Goggins thing at all. I'm upset with those two guys. I don't know why they're like, Goggins is not a fighter. He shouldn't even, like, you know, he shouldn't take that. He shouldn't be trying to, like, pretend like he can maybe fight Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland will kill him, you know. And his whole, like, yeah, his whole like, I can out exercise you thing too. Yeah, of course, you know, that's his thing, and fighting Sean Strickland's thing. But I really hope they don't spar, because that's just ridiculous, you know. I think I seen somebody put up something like so the Goggins and Strickland, like, kill this guy. He said, so what does Sean have stand to lose? He's gonna lose a race, and then David Goggins is gonna get his ass kicked. You know, if they go ahead with this, you know, train with him for 3 days, and then they'll spar. That's a terrible idea. You know, unless we just want to see David Goggins getting hurt, you know, but I don't want to see that. Well, I'd watch it, but I mean, fuck. Yeah, I just think that's a really bad idea. It's not a fair match at all. We know Sean Strickland can beat Navy SEALs. Navy SEALs are not martial arts experts. Now, maybe if they did it armed, you know, let them go, even to combat against each other with Miles gear, because they both play with weapons and stuff. Well, I've never seen Goggins play with a weapon, but I've seen him. Obviously, he was a Navy SEAL, so he's played with weapons. Oh yeah, Max. Yes, I know. We all know you love Max. The liberals are trying everything to get there. I know the Democrats are like, when I grew up, the Democrats were like the good guys, or supposedly, you know. Fuck, where is that guy? That's how it felt, eh? And now they're so corrupt. Damn it. Although not all of them, of course. There's like Robert F. Kennedy, who I think should be the actual next president, but it seems like almost certainly it's going to be Trump now, you know, especially because of the assassination attempt. So all the Democrats had to do is like put a real, like, somebody that could be a real figurehead in there to run against Trump, like they did when they put Obama in there, you know? Somebody who's presidential. And then they would have had at least a chance, you know? But now I don't think they have any chance. Which is alright, because they're clearly corrupt, utilizing that whole system, you know, like trying to get Trump sent to jail and all that stuff, and their security for him was a fucking joke. Yeah, that was ridiculous. all the audience is like, he's climbing on the roof. Look, there's a guy with the gun. And 3 minutes later, he's shooting, you know? It's nuts. I went to a presidential rally once. That question, by the way, is still unanswered about who was the one U.S. president candidate that I voted for. So I did vote in a U.S. election one time. But I went to a rally one time I went to a speech being made by a presidential candidate. It was Jesse Jackson. He was in downtown Salem, Oregon, and I thought he was awesome. You know, well, he's always been eloquent in his speech and stuff. Jesse Jackson, you know, he's got that southern minstrel way of talking and stuff, you know. And he likes to make nice rhymes and stuff. So he put on a good show, but there's no way anybody could have been on a roof taking a shot at him. That place was secure, you know. You felt the presence, and felt and saw the presence, and there was just like, I just can't imagine like how that could happen. Except that it did seem that their secret security was a Mickey Mouse crew, you know. Like, even after Trump was shot, they didn't move him the fuck out of there, you know. He was sitting behind that lectern for a while before they finally got him out of there, you know. It was like, my understanding, they should have grabbed him and like got him out. Like, right now, it doesn't matter what the fuck he wants to do, you know. So either that there is some kind of corruption going on where they're, you know, where like they're trying to get Trump killed, something like that, or they're just completely inept in Mickey Mouse, which is kind of how it looked to me, you know. It's crazy with how many people in the audience. Yeah, no, many of them didn't. I suspect, you know, some of them just had, like, didn't know what was going on or something, you know. I don't know, Trump said he knew exactly what was going on right away. Like, when he heard the first, you know, bullet whiz past his head, and then felt his ear, you know. Let's go. Yeah, just in a gunfight mood tonight. Yeah, no, several people should be fired from Secret Service for that. That was, they looked so inept. And they were inept. Nobody should have ever got that close. And on a rooftop, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like, where else is this, you know? Oh, you're gonna be, if you got people like counter sniper team there, you got a whole specific, their whole job is counter sniper. You had one job, and there's a sniper on a roof. Like, it's not even out a window, he's not even hidden. The public's like pointing at him. That's just ridiculous. I can't wait to hear what the comedians over the next few weeks, the jokes that they make about the Secret Service about this. Huh. Yeah, no, I don't know who would be censoring comments. That's wild. Yeah, I'm definitely not erasing comments or anything, so if your comments aren't appearing, that's weird. It's probably Joe Biden. Yeah, no, I just can't wait almost to hear, like, what they find in their investigations, like, why this could happen. Yeah, military guys today are definitely weird like that. I don't know what that's about. Like, I mean, what was it? I mean, at some point people started saying thank you for your service, and it's like they just came to expect it, you know? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, both of my grandfathers went through World War II as well. And not that they never talked about it, but, you know, like, not like veterans today. And, I mean, clearly that, like, anybody that goes through, like, what they went through would be, have trauma and stuff, but it doesn't seem to be like, you know, like they're not, like veterans today also are big on claiming their trauma. Come on, Batman. What the fuck is that? That's a ghost. That's wild. I've never seen that before. Yeah, Big Brother Canada. Well, if it's on YouTube, want to talk about the Trump subject? Is that, I'm assuming that's what you were talking about. But yeah, I don't know why there's comments being erased. That's bizarre. Let's see, maybe I'll try to find a gun for this car. State secrets. It is just highly bizarre that they would allow anybody to get on top of an adjacent rooftop and that they wouldn't even be up there themselves. I just, you know, that part alone seems ridiculous. And then, like, watching how inept they were at getting Trump out of there, that seemed pretty ridiculous too. Like, that's their whole job. They had one job. Oh, whose car is that with the gun there? I'm gonna take their car. That's a cool little car. This is called Fortnite. Me and Mahoney are friends. Yeah, we still get along. Yeah, but yeah, you know, like we wouldn't be together again or anything like that. But we're still pretty good friends. We're like family to each other because we grew up together. Like, even though we also like. No, Justine is really, that's the way she is. Once she kind of like decides that she's doesn't like someone in her life, then they're out, you know. So that's what Justine has done, like, with me. Since I left her mom, she hasn't talked to me at all and won't, hey? And in fact, you know, Mahoney can't really, like, you know, Justine will get mad if she knows Mahoney talks to me or anything, you know. Mahoney's not allowed because Justine polices her. Yeah, I haven't played Halo. I've just been playing this Fortnite to kind of learn gaming, and I'm enjoying it. I've got a few different other games, and I've got a whole like 3D or virtual reality setup. But yeah, yeah. Me and Justine we're very close, and I don't get to see her. Like, well, she doesn't want to see me, and then me and Belle, my niece Belle, were very close, and her mom doesn't, of course, doesn't allow me to see her. The whole like you know, Mahoney's immediate family um, are not happy with me. Her dad's extended family, the Heavyheads, it's mixed. I still get along with some of them too. Belle's like a young teenager or something now. Let's see. Oh, she must be about 16 now. Um, that's Belle is Mahoney's niece. It's her younger sister's daughter. But I took care of Belle for a while. Yeah, it is. It sucks. It sucks when people who are like, especially with Justine, because I raised her whole life. Like I was her dad. To be like excommunicated from your daughter sucks. Why you think I'm depressed? I got all of these kind of things, and my whole world. I want to do a tour, like a cribs of my house sometime, and show. But my whole, like, everything in my world is like, it's like it's all of my relationships are just, here all around me all of the time, and all these people I care about, but like just can't be around, Not that I would want it any other way. I like having that stuff around, but I do. Sometimes I feel like I'm some kind of ghost in a way. Yeah, the bond. And that's why Mahoney and I are still friends, because even with all of like we've hurt each other and like fought good and mean to each other and stuff, but we spent 22 years of our formative young adult life together. We kind of we know each other so much. We can't not be also good friends while while we have issues. A lot of my stress is because her taking on a loan, that paid off her bad credit. It's fucking me and mine, and maybe I lose my house and all that stuff. That's ongoing stuff between me and Mahoney that's happening right now. So, in that we got tensions, but we're able to, I'm able to kind of separate that and say, okay, that's that thing, but she's still like my family, so I still talk to her, when I'm really feeling shitty or something, and I need somebody to, text and message to and talk to, I'll message her, and she'll help me, or try to. She usually doesn't. She usually, she's got tough love, hey? So she'll be like, if I'm depressed and laying in bed, she'll be like, you get up, get out of the house, which, not necessarily kind of, I'm looking for sympathy or something. No, don't think there's any chance of me and Mahoney getting back together. Yeah, I don't think so, just because, I'm not gonna put myself through being the focus of the kind of resentment that, Justine and a lot of Mahoney's immediate family members have for me, because of what happened in our separation and stuff. A lot of them are they don't like me and they're mad at me and they resent me and stuff. And I don't really want to jump into having to be, you know, the subject, like having to put myself in the situation around people that got issues with me, you know. So, sorry, I'm just gonna turn on some lights. So, you know, just for that alone, you know, I can't see it. I can't see it working. Mahoney also, you know, when we were separating, she said some things to my mom that my mom is never gonna forgive, and so there's that too, you know. So because of our families, yeah, there's no way that Mahoney and I would ever get back together. But you know, sometimes it is like, you know, one or the other of us will be kind of depressed about that, but that's the reality, you know. She would like to be in another relationship, but she hasn't. She hasn't found anybody to, and she's very antisocial, like very introverted and stuff. So sometimes she kind of laments to me like she's worried she's never gonna find anybody again, you know, that kind of thing. Well, the parents aren't gonna leave themselves out of it is the problem, you know, so. I did my first wasp relocation the other day, just hitting wasp season, so I do got video that'll be coming up with my first wasp relocation. Relocated it to my backyard. But yeah, our families, when shit hit the fan, and Mahoney kind of discovered that Chelsea and I were romancing. Right away, she got both of our sets of parents involved, hey? And her mom said some things to me that, you know, well, I know you know, how she feels now, you know, like, and it's racial stuff. And of course, going for the easy fucking shit, right? But her mom, another person who I knew, you know, was around for more than 2 decades and stuff. When you're around someone for that long and then they just turn racial on you, it's like, whoa, it's like, it sucks, you know, like, go after me for something that, something other than that, you know. Yeah, she came at me, she tried to assault me, and told me, you know, my dad said never to trust a white guy, you know, and so she just turned it racial. It had nothing to do with race anything, and Blackfoot men are getting that same situation, you know, all the time. Like, it's not a racially based thing, but that's how she made it. So, you know, the parents and stuff, especially the mothers, the 2 mothers got themselves involved right away, or got pulled in by Mahoney, to tell the truth, but yeah. Yeah, no, and we have, but you can't say well, maybe you can, but I don't. I haven't been able to totally say goodbye, but our relationship as a married couple, I think, is over, you know? My mom and Mahoney never really got along well. It's the mothers. Problems. But yeah, my mom and Mahoney never got along too well. Mahoney always felt like she picked up some racist vibe from my mom, hey? And, you know, which could be too, I don't know. You know. But will time heal wounds? Well, definitely, like, me and Mahoney are healed enough from the separation that we can communicate, you know, friendly together and stuff. And yeah, we rely on each other for our friendship, for that long-term, you know, thing. But some of the other things are not going to get healed, like I just don't see our families participating in allowing our relationship to ever, you know, work again. So yeah. Yeah, I get along with, you know, for the most part, with the exception of Brittany, like my exes that I've had serious relationships with, I'm still connected with. We understand we're not in that relationship anymore. But the relationship has changed into something else but we can still be, you know, still be good to each other and helpful, like, still care about each other and all that stuff. Yeah, the only one that doesn't communicate with me at all is Britt. Although, you know, well, I shouldn't say no more about that right now. But yeah, you know, if you talk to my exes, they're not gonna tell you terrible things about how they hate me and stuff. You know, we had our relationship and we had whatever problem we had, but we're all still good. Would Britt talk to you? I don't think she would want to talk to me, no. I mean, she would talk to me if I'm sure if I, like, try to talk to her, but she wouldn't be nice, she wouldn't be happy about it, she doesn't want to communicate, she's not that way, she's like, you know, oh shit, I'm gonna get killed right away here. She's young, and so, you know, to her, when you get out of a relationship, that should be it. The other person is cut off. You don't have any communication anymore, anything like that. And that was, you know, I think that was also part of what you know, I kind of, like, me and her didn't jive, because, like, I made her jealous and stuff, because she knew I still had communications with, like, people like Chelsea and Mahoney and stuff. And, you know, being as young as she is and stuff, you know, and like, not having had, like, a marriage and shit like that, like, it's hard to communicate to, to, you know, like, I understand why, um, why she had some issues, you know, even though, like, I wasn't, like, cheating, but, like, but nobody that young, I think, wants their person that they're with, you know, who they're trying to make a life with, to be having communications and still, like, connected with their exes and stuff like that. Yeah, can't live with them, can't live without them. That's kind of how it is sometimes, eh? Yeah. But, yeah, I'm on the lookout for the future ex. All the time. In fact, I'm hoping to have a date to the comedy club on Wednesday. I have a date lined up, but my date has postponed now for 2 Wednesdays in a row. Like, she says she still wants to go, but yeah, I asked her to go like a couple of weeks ago, and she was gonna go, and then didn't, and then was gonna, and then the next week she was gonna go and didn't, and so she's supposed to go this week with me, and we'll see. But I think if she does, my comedian friends are gonna tear her apart. Racial preferences with my women. Would you date a white girl? I haven't dated a white girl for a long time. I have dated white girls before. But, you know, growing up I also dated like Mexican and Colombian girls and stuff like that. I was never like really into white girls, and I'm not like attracted a lot to white girls. As I told Audrina, that comedian who was with me on the weekend in that group, I told her, you know, I have an unexpected crush on you, and an unexpected part is, you know, really because she's a white girl, and like I don't normally crush on white girls, you know. I don't know what it is. It's just that is what it is. But, you know, I'm not saying I wouldn't go out with a white girl, you know. Who knows? I'm just saying in general that's not my preference. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know what reason. You know, I think part of why I mostly go with Blackfoot girls is not only the physical attraction part, but also the like it's the shared culture part. You know, like I've been, you know, 30 years of my adult life, most of my adult life, in a Blackfoot culture world, and so it's like, you know, when I go out with a Blackfoot girl, they know the same, they know the same community and all the players, and they got their family in it. They know the culture and stuff, and we got a lot in common that I don't have with girls from another culture. That's a big part of it. Why I end up going mainly with Blackfoot girls, It's like if you were Jewish or something, and, like strongly, whatever. And, sometimes you want to go with somebody that's not in your culture, and you're into that exoticism kind of thing like that. But for me, I just rather be with the person who I know, like, we share enough, it's going to be very comfortable, None of them all spoke Blackfoot. Chris is the only one that really knew her Blackfoot that I've been with, and that was only like a short-term, 4-month relationship. Yeah, Mahoney, Chelsea, and Britt, none of them speak Blackfoot. I speak way more Blackfoot than all of them. Not that they don't know some, but they don't, they're not speaking Blackfoot. I think I've seen somebody. No, I would have enjoyed if any of them knew how to speak Blackfoot too. Because I still would love to have, be like totally fluent, but I need somebody like that to practice with, I had a Blackfoot girlfriend before Mahoney too, and she was fluent. She was a bit older than Mahoney though. In fact, she was older than me. But she spoke real fluent Blackfoot. Girlfriends, nobody who I've lived with, not like that level of girlfriend, but yeah, I've had some girlfriends from Montana. In fact, I've got a female friend from Cutbank right now. Some interest in, and we've seen each other, but she has problems crossing the border. She's got stuff going on with her daughter's got a health problem, and so she's really got to focus on the health problem a lot. But they don't seem to be fixing it. I was telling her she'd bring her daughter and her up here and go to a clinic up here. Might be able to actually like her daughter's just keeps being in the hospital down there, and they don't seem to be figuring out her issue. So I was telling her you should just come up here, come hang hang out for a couple of weeks, go to the clinic up here, shit, and maybe they'll figure out what's up with her. But yeah, Montana's a whole nother. I kind of like the Montana girls, their accent, because it's kind of like it's got a little twang to it. It's different, and they have different slang and stuff too. They say "ho" a lot. Not like "ho" like ho, but like, you know, it's like I don't know how to explain it. You know, it's just an expression that they put at the end of stuff. You know. Well, she has an issue crossing the border because of if you have legal stuff that's some legal past stuff or ongoing stuff. Sometimes you got issues at the border, you know. So I've been down there, but she hasn't been able to come up here. Yeah, so it's really, there's, you know, 3 or 4 different kind of prospects that I'm exploring for the future ex. No, I really miss having a partner. I'm not a guy that wants to be a single guy, you know. I've seen a lot of older, like, guys that end up, like, in my situation where they just single the rest of their older life and stuff. That kind of might be a little bit players and have girlfriends here and there, but they never really have solid partners, you know. I don't want to be that guy. I like having somebody to play life with, you know. People like, Ryan, you should know yourself. You gotta learn to be alone and stuff. So why do I want to be alone? You know? Life is short. You don't think I spend enough time alone? Even when I'm with somebody, I spend a shitload of that time, my time alone. Even when I have a solid partner, you know. I know how to be alone. That's not what I'm looking for in life, you know. Go to the Philippines and find myself a wife. Like, I don't think a Filipino woman would want to be with me because it's just like I'm a different kind of person. She'll be loyal. I don't know about that. I've known guys who've been with Filipino women, and Filipino girls could be pretty rough too. But no, if I was gonna go to any like any kind of culture, ethnicity outside of Blackfoot, my first choice would be Vietnamese because I've, you know, been around Vietnamese people quite a bit too, and I enjoy Vietnamese people, you know. So yeah, if I wasn't gonna date Blackfoot good memories of, you know, my year in Vietnamese immersion. And also, like, even as a young adult, there was a year where I worked with a Vietnamese cleaning team. You know, we go to office buildings at night and clean them, and I was the only white guy in that team. Everybody else was Vietnamese and spoke Vietnamese and stuff, and so I enjoyed that too. And for whatever reason, like, I just naturally get along with Vietnamese people. There's like one Vietnamese family that I've encountered in Lethbridge, and I did a raccoon job for them. And then I like hung out, you know, when I was done the job, I like hung out with the guy for, you know, like, he had his wife like make us lunch and stuff, and we hung out and had beers and enjoyed ourselves for the afternoon, had a regular visit and stuff. Nearest nail salon. There are certain things that different cultures do in Vietnamese businesses. Nail salons are definitely a Vietnamese business, eh? Vietnamese people hustle, you know, my experience. They hustle hard, they save money. They're way better with money than I am. Love me long time. Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly about Vietnamese people, but I just get along with Vietnamese people. It's just, I've never, like, not gotten along with Vietnamese people. Two live crew. Yeah, I fell off I had one accident with my ladder last year, and it scared me. I was trying to get up. I was already on top of the person's roof, and I was trying to get up to a higher section of the roof. So I had the ladder on the roof with me. Shit. And then I got up on it, and then because the roof is angled and I didn't know how to do it, well, what I should have done was put a screw, you know, at the bottom of both of the sides of my ladder so that it wouldn't slide on the roof. But my ladder fell, and I fell a good ways, hey, and I could have hurt myself. I was lucky I didn't get hurt. But yeah, that stuff freaks me out sometimes, you know. I gotta recognize when I'm not in a place where I have it secure and stuff, and make sure I don't fucking hurt myself. It's definitely a potential. I'm aware. But I, you know, in the moment sometimes I think, I can do this, you know. I have a TikTok video where I'm climbing up, way up in a tree, trying to get a huge hornet nest down. And the background music is that Dumb Ways to Die, you know. Yeah, you'd have to screw into you just screw into their roof, eh? But usually if I'm working raccoon stuff, I'm screwing into their roof anyway, you know? So, but when I fell off the ladder that time, I got some advice from people that know what the fuck they're doing who work on roofs all the time. And that's what they told me is just put a screw on the base of your ladder there, so that it can't slide, hey? Your cousin died falling off a ladder? Holy fuck. Yeah. I wouldn't mind dying falling off a ladder, but I don't want to get injured. I don't want to like break my back or my neck or some shit, you know. If anything like that's gonna happen, I'd rather just have it end in the death, you know. Yeah, you'd have to carry some of that goo with you to reseal the hole that you make in their shingle, you know, and in the roof. I mean, it wouldn't be like I don't think it would leak. Their roof would leak, but still, should have some goo, you know. Um, just to be just to be sure about it. But yeah, I don't think the whole little screw hole going through shingles and some of the roofing. I don't think that ended up being leaky. He's running. Gotcha. Haha. I bought this last time I was in Oregon with Britt. We went to a Target store and and I bought this as a joke, you know, like just kind of to have fun. And that's how I still I sometimes wear this shirt in Canada, wear it out and about if I'm just trying to have fun, you know. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was too hilarious of a shirt to pass up. I don't take it seriously. Like I'm not like wearing it like, you know, make America great or anything like that, you know. I just wear it because I think it's funny as fuck, you know. I think it's such like a you know, I don't know, like um like a Kid Rock level, you know, cultural artifact. Yeah, I think Monday would probably be the best day for me again next week for an evening session. This week is really booked up with stuff, and I'm doing lectures in the evenings for Washington State University, so gonna be busy. Yeah, yeah, Washington State University. There, I'm gonna do a 2-day lecture for they got a special session in their native studies going on. Yes, I've been to Western Washington for sure. They have asked me to talk about Blackfoot influences um, the psychologist Abraham Maslow's work and career and stuff. And so I'm going to be talking Tuesday and Thursday evening because it's a bit of a story to tell. It takes me some time, so they gave me two sessions to do it in. Yeah, I've been to Western Washington State University too, um, but I've been like all over Western Washington. At one point, my dad uh, got a job in Olympia, so you know our house and where we were living is in Oregon, but he was staying in an apartment and working in Olympia. They built a nuclear power plant, and he was doing a lot of the electrical work over there. And so I spent some time in Olympia, Washington. I've spent some time in Seattle. And I've like traveled all through Western Washington. I've been all around. Went to a lot of the universities and that kind of thing. I probably have been to Pullman, yes. I've been all over, you know, pretty much all over the state. Um, I think I've probably lectured or done like special talks at all of the universities in Washington and Oregon. You live about Satsup's. Not sure. I used to enjoy when I was a kid. Washington was always the place like I wanted my parents to go for different stuff because like they had different laws in Washington. And yeah, Easter Washington is Nez Perce. Yeah. Mount Rainier, fucking love Mount Rainier. But yeah, they have different laws in Washington. And so you could get fireworks in Washington, right? So we'd always go up there and go on the reservations and stuff and load up on fireworks, which were illegal in Oregon. The not all fireworks were illegal in Oregon. Now Oregon's crazy. Like last time I went there for 4th of July, there was people like setting off mortars in their backyards and shit. You know, America. Yeah, in Washington you can get fireworks, and the pet stores had crazy shit going on, you know, like like you'd go into pet stores and they'd have like monkeys, you know, and or like caiman alligators or piranhas and shit. Like you didn't see that stuff in Oregon, you know, but in Washington, and I was into animals, you know, so I thought that was freaking cool. I would have loved to have a freaking monkey or a piranha and some stuff, you know. I remember traveling with my brother, and after I was married, there was a couple of excursions. I think we might have we were going probably going to Mount St. Helens, which, by the way, I've led groups to climb Mount St. Helens before, but yeah, I remember going with my brother one time, and we both had, you know, our wives and stuff, as pets when I was a kid. Yeah, it's fucking crazy in Washington. They got wicked, crazy animals at the pet stores. Or they did. I don't know how it is today. It's probably changed now, but you know, you never know what you'd find in a pet store in Washington when I was growing up. You know, you can get some crazy exotic stuff. It's like anything goes, you know. All of those Cascade Mountains are potentially volatile, I believe. For sure, Mount Rainier, Mount Hood, and St. Helens already blue. Everybody, all the neighborhood kids come over. You got piranhas and shit. Yeah, I would have loved to be able to have piranhas and stuff. Which reminds me, I should check out my Mexican scorpion. I haven't looked in on him for like a week. The scorpion that stowed away in somebody's luggage and ended up here in Lethbridge. Currently living in my living room. In my library. Oh, we're down to 6 people. No idea we're getting that close. Yeah, I remember about St. Helens when it blew, and there was ash, like, on my street. Like, I collected ash from my street, and we could see the mountain, you know. I definitely wasn't 40 miles from it, but we could see the plume coming up, and I collected ash, and later when I went hiking it, bringing groups up there, I got a bunch of pumice. So even now, like in my shower, I've got a big chunk of Mount St. Helens pumice that I use, you know. But yeah, you know, it was still active. Like, every time I've brought groups up to the rim, it's still like smoking, and you can still smell the burning sulfur and stuff, you know. I never heard it, just see it from where I was. foot of ash. Holy shit! Yeah, the whole place was like crazy. Like I can't believe the kind of mudslides and shit that happened. Like the whole forests were just like blown down, gone. Let's see, I need to go to that next place. Apparently there's only 4 players left. Where are y'all? No, invasive species don't bother me at all. I kind of think it's mostly just industrial agriculture's agenda to have people hate invasive species. Species have always changed. The species arrangement of any place, like, you know, it changes. The history of the place changes and the species along with it. You can't, like, fix something and just make it static. That's not how nature works. Yeah, it's been an issue with me because one of my core protocols that I had to accept as a EOF gimme as somebody that was transferred the Beaver bundle is that I shouldn't just be killing things, other organisms, unless I'm gonna eat them. It's not part of Blackfoot tradition at all to just kill organisms because you don't like them being there. You know? So to me, like, it seems to me that it goes against my understanding of Blackfoot traditions, ecological traditions here, and the treaty that I'm supposed to be upholding with the plants and animals. Goes against that to take issue with these other species. Yeah, stuff is gonna... What do you mean artificial? It's like it's all... Everything is natural. There's nothing outside of nature. So, whether it comes here on a train, a plane, you know, whatever, those so-called invasive species are usually fitting in better ecologically, being better ecological members than we are. To me, it feels incredibly hypocritical to be trying to wage war against species that are actually fitted into the ecology and becoming part of it, while we seem to be operating against it, you know? And part of that operating against it is wasting our time fighting invasive species, you know, in natural areas and stuff, instead of, like, engaging in being a human in those areas. Like, you know, a lot of times the people that are out here in Lethbridge trying to wage war against the weeds, when they're doing that, is during the time when the berries are ready to be harvested, and instead of acting like human beings and, you know, going out and picking berries and, you know, they're busy fighting a losing battle against nature. A ridiculous, you know, a ridiculous battle against nature. Humans are native to North America. We're here. We're nature. We don't have to originate to be native to a place, you know? Like, the whole introduced species thing is, to me, it's another bizarre part of the weird, like, Western death complex, strange thing, because you can't keep, like, okay, what wasn't introduced, you know, like, you know, where do you draw that line at? Because I think what it is like, if it wasn't here in you know, 1890 or something, or whatever, then we're gonna have a problem with it, especially if it happens to grow real good on disturbed agricultural soils. Then we're gonna be very upset with this plant and vilify it for being here, even though, like, there's no reason for that plant not to be here. Why wouldn't it be here? It got here, you know, through means that plants have been introduced to places, you know, since time immemorial. Like, you know, birds will take the seeds somewhere from one island to the next. Are you going to say the birds, you know, that seed didn't get there naturally because it was moved by a bird, you know? Yeah, I know that there are places where species have taken out the local species and reduced diversity. That's part of a natural process of what happens when a new species is introduced to a new place. And nature will balance itself out in the long run, you know? We might lose species, okay? And that's, you know, that's a potential, and that stuff has always happened too. Well, I don't think horses were overhunted. I think that they were part of the Pleistocene megafauna die-off. Whatever happened to there was some kind of catastrophic event, I'm sure, that must have happened to cause the changes in the animals, because the animals went from, a lot of them, from giant animals to much reduced size, and you know, actually, to be like, science would consider them not even the same species, but I think they are. I think they're just what became of the species that was here, like the Blackfoot stories talk about some of the megafauna and stuff. So horses were part of the megafauna complex that was here. That whatever happened to it, whatever catastrophic thing happened, I suspect the horses were killed off by that. I don't know of any evidence that humans ever overhunted anything. In past times like that, not to drive a species to extinction. But yeah, horses were here before, and horses got introduced to Europe from here, as well as camels. camels. Camels are originally North American animals, you know? So, should we go to, you know, the Middle East and stuff and tell them, hey, those camels are an invasive species? You know what I'm saying? Nature changes. We're not the, you know, in my teaching, we're supposed to be learning from those other plants and animals. We're not the ones that are supposed to be, we're not supposed to be stewards of them. We're not supposed to be, like, deciding what's best for nature. We're supposed to be understanding that, that those plants and animals have been around longer than us, and have a thing or two to teach us. And they've taught us, like, everything we know. We just, like, in the Western culture, don't give them that respect. But it is really true. The natural world has taught us everything. Yeah, there were wicked megafauna here back then. There's stories of those giant bison, like, eating people and stuff, you know. Yeah, there's Blackfoot stories about what they include, you know, descriptions of an animal called soy stomach, which should, like, translate as the underwater bull or the water bull. But I think that's talking about the woolly mammoth. And in the stories where the soy stomach appears, it usually, like, helps people cross a river. They can ride on his back, but they have to agree to pick the lice out of its hair, pick the nits out while they're riding it, you know. So I think there was, well, I'm confident, for sure there was Blackfoot experience right here of mammoths, you know, that's in the cultural memory. If the snakes were faced with an invasive species, well, they are faced with invasive species. You know, for instance, we have red foxes in Lethbridge that eat rattlesnakes. Red foxes are not from here, but do I think they need to go because they're learning how to fit into this ecology and snakes are part of their diet? No, you know, I don't think they need to go. What's the Blackfoot story about which? Your comment cut off at what's the Blackfoot story about Sa? Or at least that's all it's showing me. Oh, Bigfoot. Well, honestly, I don't think the Blackfoot originally had stories about Bigfoot. Although Bigfoot has I think recently been introduced here, and now people have sightings and stories and such. In Blackfoot is called Imoyitapi, the hairy being, hey, hairy person. That's the Blackfoot name for Bigfoot. But there are no Bigfoot mentions in the origin stories of anything. There are no Bigfoot contributions to the bundles. There are no Bigfoot songs. In my estimation, Bigfoot is not part of the Orthodox Blackfoot tradition. There was no Blackfoot Bigfoot tradition. But there are people who are, believe in Bigfoot now. Chris believes that Bigfoot is a spirit and that it travels by way of through the trees. Like, you're not going to encounter Bigfoot except in forested areas, and like a forest portal. You can come up where trees are, but he's a spirit being. And there's a lot of people in Chris's kind of groups that are like pan-Indian spiritualists, I guess I'd call them, hey. Pan-Indian spiritualists believe in Bigfoot, but Bigfoot's not a Blackfoot thing. Yeah, there's definitely on the northwest coast and stuff, maybe there's a Bigfoot tradition, but here, I always go by, if somebody tells me something and I want to know whether or not it's legitimate Blackfoot shit, I have to go back to, like, how many sources of evidence are there, what kinds, because there should be an origin story that talks about whatever it is. There should be songs. It should be, if it's in our world, it should be part of the bundle. It should be represented in the bundles. There should be a place associated with it. All of these, and language around it, this kind of thing. And in terms of Bigfoot, all there is really is a name, a Blackfoot name for it, Imoyitapi. But all the other normal lines of evidence that it's actually part of anything here don't exist. So, in my estimation, Bigfoot is not part of the Blackfoot world. Well, except for in a contemporary way, but not part of the Orthodox. Same with Mother Earth. That Mother Earth idea, that's not traditional either. I wonder what's wrong with your comments, man. I wonder what's going on there, because there shouldn't be a reason why your comments aren't going through. That's bizarre. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, because I got no filters or anything on my YouTube to block any kind of comments or anything. Yeah, no worries, John. Where's the shots coming from? Yeah, it's weird about your comments. I don't know why that's happening. Lethbridge has been rated the most dangerous city in Canada, or second most, the last like maybe 3 years in a row. You know, it's either number one or number two most times now, hey? So I don't know if it's gonna get better with Hell's Angels. You know, I know some of the other like gangs that are here, that are already here, and like I get along with gangsters and stuff, but we'll see. As long as it doesn't become more racist, I'm happy. Angels don't mess with any of my friends who might be business rivals with them. I haven't noticed a strong Hells Angels presence or anything, though. You know? I don't know if you have. But, it's not like I really see them around or anything. Maybe I'll go hang out with them for a day and do a video. Nature tour for the Hells Angels. Lethbridge Hells Angels nature tour. I'm up for it. Oh, you're missing a comment too, hey? Yeah, that's what people are saying, their comments aren't coming through. I don't know what's up with that. It's not anything that I have any control over. I don't know what the fuck's going on, why comments are not coming through. Only 3 people left. Holy fuck, that's a long way down. You gotta kinda get around here and go down there somehow. Eesh. That's wild. Yeah. None of your comments are going through, except the comments about how your comments aren't going through. What the fuck is up with that, right? Can't say anything except you can say that you can't say anything. That's bizarre. Bikes, I saw bikes. Like, the comments are fucking up, hey? extinction in a matter of years. Would I be okay with that if an invasive species would I be okay with that? It'd be a tough one for me. It'd be a tough one for me. I gotta say that. I guess in my experience, the native species that I'm being told to hate, I don't see them overrepresented in the coulee or wiping anything out. I think if there was something like that here that was actually lowering species diversity, wiping something out, I might have more issue with it, although I'd really have to look carefully, because I generally don't agree with hating on species because of this so-called, invasive thing. I think that's just this weird war language that we're using for something that's totally natural. Your comments don't go. But look, that would, like when you're saying something like that, it goes, you can write a whole paragraph and it goes through no problem. But other times your stuff's not going through. I don't know what that is about. It's bizarre. 95. Yeah, no, I would probably have an issue if there was really threatening other species. But from what I see of all of the so-called invasives, that's not what's happening here. I visited Hawaii, and I was very surprised at how few animals I encountered. Especially insects. I would have thought I would have encountered a lot of insects, but barely any. Only maybe 10 species of birds. I didn't see any mammals, wild mammals, that I can think of. Saw a couple of different lizards, but yeah, I don't think the biodiversity in Hawaii is. I think it's been way knocked down. But if that happens, like I said, even if bird can bring something over and change the whole, and have, for sure. Like Hawaii's ecology has never ever been static, and it's not going to be now, it's not ever going to be. It's just, that's not how nature works. You know what I mean? Really? I didn't know that all the birds that I saw over there had been brought over there. That's strange to believe. For instance, I saw a night heron over there who I'm sure flew in on its own. And the species that I did see over there were not species that I was familiar with, so I just assumed that they were Hawaiian, native Hawaiian species. Well, what about the black-capped night heron? Hey? Because I saw the black-capped night heron there, and I'm pretty sure nobody brought a night heron there, you know? That would really surprise me if somebody brought a night heron. Yeah, I saw some of those birds, but I also saw some others, eh? If I knew their names off of my head, I would tell you. But if they're not, like, if they were brought to Hawaii, I don't know where they were brought from. Yeah, I figured the night heron flew there. Nobody's gonna bring a night heron. They do have a lot of doves and stuff, though, you know? There's no plovers in Lethbridge. Not that I've ever encountered, anyway. I've noticed we're getting a lot more Caspian terns than we used to. And we have more, like, osprey and stuff. I mean, it's an indication that the fish are doing pretty good. Our insect population sucks, though. Should be way more than what we got. Like, in the past, my experience, I think there was way more insects than there are currently. Oh yeah, I've got birds here who pretty much nest in the same place every year, and you know, fly from here to Costa Rica on their migration and come back, and you know, they come back to the same place. Hey, nest in the same little area and all that stuff. Whoa. Ah, I'm gonna die. Even geese are like that, you know. Everybody's got their summer haunt and their winter haunt, you know. Yeah, bird migrations are crazy. I want to go document the turkey vultures that we have here, because we've got a big group of turkey vultures They roost in the south side of town here in somebody's yard. They got a big spruce tree. We got about 20 turkey vultures roosting in that tree. Oh, motherfucker. And they get up in the morning, they stretch their wings out and take in the sun. I haven't went and videotaped that, I should. Yeah, I can explain how bird counts are done, because I've run them, actually. I was in charge of the Blood Reserve Christmas bird count when I was working at Red Crow College. I always ran one there every year. And I participate in the Audubon Christmas bird count for the city of Lethbridge every year. So, how it works is you have a defined area. I think like the Audubon Christmas bird count, for instance, is they give you circles that are, I think they're about 27 kilometers in diameter or something like that. There's a fixed radius, fixed diameter. And so you'll get a group together to search the inside of that circle. And you know, you can get as many people as you want to join in on the count. Choose an area of the circle to survey, and you basically have any time in the day from, like, well, with the Audubon Christmas bird count anyway, you've got like an hour before dawn and an hour after dusk and all the time in between to go out and survey. You look for the birds. You do your best to count as many of the birds that you're seeing, and get as good an accurate count as you can. Sometimes it's like when I'm doing my Christmas bird count, I'm often dealing with like thousands and thousands of geese, so it's hard to make a really accurate count of that. But you try your best, and then yeah, then they, you know, and then you look for species. You do your best to get an accurate count. You can also do it by ear, so you're allowed to count birds that you know their sound and you hear them calling, and you count as many as you can for the time that you're out there, and send in the data to whoever's running the count, and they tally it up. Now, there's for sure double counts and stuff like that kind of thing. Like, every time I do the Audubon Christmas bird count here, I know that there's probably a person on the other side of the river doing the count and counting the same geese and stuff that I am, you know, on the river. Just from the other side. Gotcha. Wasn't safe yet. Okay, that's the same. Yeah, that's how they do. That's how the bird counts are done. You have one day to, with the Audubon Christmas bird count, you have one day that you're doing the count on, but then you have a week beforehand and a week after, or no, count week. You have 3 days beforehand, 3 days afterward. That you, if there's something like that you didn't get in your count that shows up in those days, you can still include it with your count. Okay? Because like sometimes there's a special bird or something around, and you just can't find it on count day. You know, maybe the weather's bad on count day. Maybe you just don't encounter it, but it's still there. The counts are not accurate, you know, but they at least, like, what they are good for is that over a stretch of time, you see different trends and different things happen. So, you know, for instance, like the turkey vultures here, you know, if you went back 10 years ago, there would be 0 turkey vultures on any bird count in Lethbridge, and now you have the potential, if you do a bird count in the summer, to get maybe 20-something turkey vultures. So something's changing. Turkey vultures are coming back, okay? After being wiped out from the attempted extermination of the bison. You know, they were they were just fringe victims. Yeah, thanks, John. I'm gonna be probably shutting off pretty soon too. I'm about 3 hours into this, so probably gonna call it a night. Maybe after this game, you know. Thanks for stopping and visiting. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's really hard to get an accurate count, especially if you got people like, or to get anywhere near accurate count ever anyway, you know. But if you got like multiple people that are kind of cross-covering different areas, you know, if you're in Lethbridge and you're doing the count, you might have four people in your count that are collecting the same flock of geese that fly overhead, you know, and cross through town. So, yeah, the counts aren't accurate, but you can still get good data from them in terms of what animals are showing up. You know, you can look at the numbers, how they change over the years, and that kind of stuff, and who you're seeing and all of that. So in that respect, it's good, but in terms of like actual thinking you accurately counted the birds in an area, no. You know, it's never gonna happen. I love doing those bird counts, so, you know, it's a fun challenge to go out for a day and try to find as many species as you can and all that. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Gonna have to call it a night. I think this will be my last game. GMO. Yeah. I don't have problems with genetic modification per se. But I don't like the what Monsanto has been doing, modifying crops to basically have insecticide built into them. And I don't really like the way that they're modifying crops, like core food crops that we've had, you know, in different cultures for many, many, many years. And they're modifying those food crops so that, you know, they don't reproduce anymore. And you have to get, you know, seed through them. You can't just grow a plant in your house and then take the seeds from it and grow it the next year. You know, that I think is not good for society. But genetic modification in general, I don't have any ethical issue with. Not just for itself. Shit. Yeah. Yeah, so Monday we will try again. Sounds good, 7:30ish works. Yeah, 5 o'clock is a little bit too warm still, hey? Shit, I'm dead now. Yeah, definitely, bring your cameras. Cool. Yeah, let's talk about your ideas when we get together. My YouTube channel, fuck it, it makes me mad. Like, however it happened, I was making money, you know, at one point, and then I somehow got myself out of the, what do they call those? Algorithm somehow, like, you know, I've had subscribers tell me that like, I'll make a video and and I've made 100 since they've last watched, and they'll see the one because it gets a little bit of popularity or something, and they'll be like, oh, you're back on YouTube, haven't seen you forever. And I'm like, I don't know, because I'm still here every week, you know. But I think people, even subscribers, I got 40,000 subscribers. It's hard for me to believe that YouTube is actually showing them my video as an option when they open up YouTube. I think they're screening my stuff out because I barely get any views compared to what I used to get. You know, some of that I can understand is like people's like, they've had enough of Ryan. They know what Ryan's about. They don't need to watch kind of thing, and I get that too. But still, like I think I'm way low on the algorithm stuff, and I noticed a big drop off. The one year that I had Mandy the rattlesnake here in the winter, because I got like a gazillion hate mails and stuff and things from India, and after that, I never got the same kind of YouTube viewership or, of course, profits. Yeah, I got to adapt to all kinds of things. But I don't know how to get viewership up is my thing, hey? I know I've got videos, rattlesnake videos and stuff that people would want to watch and all of that, but I don't know how to get my video. Even that thing that I did with the comedians, like normally in the summer, any video that I do is going to get close to 1,000 views. This summer, it's hard to get 100, you know? I think people would love to watch that video that I did with the comedians, but for whatever reason, it's just not getting out there. Yeah, I need a good set of mics, you know. I need to be mic'd up, I think, basically to solve the audio issue that people continue to complain about. The editing, I'm just using iMovie, and it's just pretty basic editing. Yeah, I could definitely jazz it up a bit. Well, my goal always is to get, of course, as many views and viewers, but I don't want to make my channel specific like Google told me to do, where I cover it, where I make it thematic and that kind of thing, because I think the whole point of my channel is to have an active journal that covers the whole spectrum of stuff that's going on in my life. You know, which might not be sellable very well. I don't know. But I don't want to have a focused. Although I wouldn't be adverse maybe to having sub channels if sub channels would make more money. Yeah, my goal is to be doing my journal and showing how I try to integrate these different things, these different aspects of my life, and how they, like, you know, how I think they kind of make it, they're naturally meant to be integrated, because most of what my project is just trying to be more like a real human being in this world, you know. If I was to separate it out, you know, and make very thematic and channels and stuff with the different content that I have, it would make more money and probably get more views to do it that way. It would. If that was my major goal. But my major goal is really to, like, the art of what I'm trying to express. The secondary goal is to make money, you know? Yeah, the storytelling thing, one of the ideas I've been thinking about is working with my friend and doing videos where, well, I've got several friends that are like fluent Blackfoot speakers, and working with them, I go hang out with them and ask a lot of questions. Basically like doing Blackfoot language lessons. But we just sit and we talk about stuff, like how you'd say stuff in the language. And we have a good conversation around it and stuff. But then afterward, I could always transcribe it and create a written language lesson out of it, and people can watch the video for free. But if they want the written lesson with kind of more vivid breakdown of the language and stuff, they can pay $1 or whatever, or if they're subscribers or something to my channel for $2 or whatever, they get sent that stuff, something like that, you know. I've thought about doing different Blackfoot, like, colloquia, where we sit and we like, yeah, we do go through some Blackfoot stories, and I get 2 or 3 guys that know their shit together with me, and, like, we riff off each other, what we each know, and all that kind of stuff. Again, I need to find a way to make sure that those guys are getting compensated and stuff, too. I could definitely have a lot more Blackfoot content stuff in there, and it would give me opportunities to collaborate with people, and, you know. Anyhow, I think I can call it a night. Thank you for turning in and visiting, you guys, and I really appreciate it. Tomorrow night I'm teaching, so I'll probably be back around Wednesday. And I'll see you on Monday for the Sticks. 7. I knew I was forgetting something today. Night, you guys.